Welcome to City TV's Game of the Week from Kai Courtney Gym on the campus of Hawthorne High School. It is a big game tonight for these Hawthorne Cougars against the El Segundo Eagles. Rufus Washington, what a hat you got on tonight.
Well, I appreciate that. And you're right, it's a big game for the Cougars. They're winless in league play here in the Ocean League. They're looking to get off the snap. This is probably as even a matchup as they're going to get the rest of the way.
That's right, and players keep revolving in and out of here, and El Segundo is on a little bit of a winning streak.
Well, they certainly are, and they've got a good team, obviously led by Chase Ollie Watkins as their key guy, and he's got a nice supporting cast around him. So it won't be easy for the Hawthorne Cougars, but they're here at Kai Courtney Gymnasium, as you said, and as we saw the other night, anything's possible.
That's right, and watching out for the Eagles is Tamara Latza, and Tamara, what do the Eagles have tonight for the Cougars?
They have a tough game here tonight. I spoke with the coach, Coach Ito, before the game, and he told me that he's going to depend on his sixth man, Mike Lynch, the big forward, 6'3". He made some big shots for them last week, and he's expecting him to come in here tonight and make some big shots. And also, Coach Ito is turning this program around. This is only his second year, but he's taken this program to a place they haven't been since 2009 and 2010 season, and that's over 500. So he's looking to stay on pace and get his team to the playoffs this year.
All right, thank you very much, Tamara, and that's a good point. Jason Ito was saying earlier that this is a big game, and the next game is Lawndale. Those are two big games for them. If they get third place outright, they're in the playoffs.
Well, they certainly are, but you're right. They've got a mountain to climb. Starts tonight, and then it continues on against Lawndale, as you mentioned. We're getting back to Hawthorne and what they've been up against. And let's face it, we said it from the beginning of the season when they took the floor with 7 guys. It's very difficult to compete at this level with only 7 players. And then between that, as Coach Gray told us, 4 guys leave, 3 guys come in, another guy leaves his shoes. I mean, just a bit of a disarray that has to come together. He said his objective is to go out on a winning note for this season by winning the last 3. And so that has to start tonight, and we'll see how well they can compete.
All right, and watching the Cougars tonight is Sebastian Spencer. Sebastian, Rufus and I were just talking about some new players coming in, transfers, and maybe they could help here get their first win on league play.
Yeah, definitely. You got some guys coming over from Lawndale, so they're bringing a winning mentality already, being in that program and what they did last year. But what they're looking to do here is just come and contribute right now. This is a team who's been down all season. You know, they lost their last 5 straight games. Last game they won was against Fairview in a tournament. So they're just looking to spoil a few people's days today, and that's exactly what Coach Jello talked about before the game. And you got El Segundo fighting for the second place in league right now, and if Hawthorne can spoil that for them, it'll be a great game.
All right, thank you very much. And Rufus, any more thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, nothing except, hey, when it comes time to tip, again, anything can happen. And obviously the Cougars, you know, we know they're going to compete. There's absolutely no question about that. But again, as I've said before, more of one hand tied behind their back. But they've got a pretty evenly matched opponent tonight, so it should be a great game.
I know you're going to like some of the new players. We saw them last week. Tip-off is right around the corner. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Donnell Beverly from the University of Connecticut, home of the 2011 National Championship Yukon Huskies basketball team, and you're losing your Olympians.
Beverly around the back, follow-away jumper, good, beautiful shot.
It wasn't too long ago that I was playing basketball right here.
I just want to thank him for having me here. I'm honored to play here.
And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.
Winning the NCAA championship has always been a goal of mine, but so is getting a great education that will last me a lifetime. You can achieve your goals too. All you have to do is work hard and dream hard, and you can do anything you put your mind to.
Back here courtside at Kai Courtney Gym, and Rufus are counting down, getting ready to go. So why don't we do the starting lineups for the El Segundo Eagles? 12 and 11, 3 and 4, tied for third in the Ocean League with Lawndale. and they've won 2 in a row and 4 and 3 on the road. It'll be number 0, Elijah Cheney. Number 4, Justin Ostler. Number 5, Josh Hessing. Number 23, Saleh Alou. And number 30, Chase Ali Watkins. They're coached by Jason Ito in his second year. The Hawthorne Cougars is 7 and 16 and 0 and 7 in the Ocean League. They're 6th place and they're 2 and 5 at home and have lost 5 in a row. And they will start number 4, Derek Banks. Number 10, Christian Brown. Number 22, Josh Childress. Number 11, Justin Moore. And 0, Cameron Hendricks, a new addition to this team. The Cougars are coached by David Jello Gray in his 3rd year, assisted by Brandon Grant and Roger Moose Davis. And the officials for tonight's game?
They are William Lucas on the far side, and you'll see coming into your shot in just a moment. Tossing the ball is the referee, Donnell Brown.
So Christian Brown tips the ball off with Alou, and we're underway as El Segundo wins the tip. Glad you joined us on City TV. Hessing with the ball, driving right away. Now gets it back out to Ali Watkins, testing the zone defense of the Cougars. Boy, if the Cougars can put together a game like they did last night, and there's a block shot right away by Hendricks. And here come the Cougars, their first chance down the floor. Hendricks trying to deliver between 2. Childress has it, couldn't get the handle on it. Now gets it to Hendricks. Wow. Nice pass underneath, but the layup is blown by number 15, and that is that Justin Moore?
Not quite sure. They don't have it. I'll even look on one of the older ones. There wasn't even a 15 on the Max Preps lineup. So
no,
we'll
I'm going to say it's Justin Moore.
All right.
Because I don't see an 11 out there. And Hendricks right now is really making his presence felt big time. Brown cuts in, but the ball is stolen away by Cheney. But the defense catches back up. Brown wants to steal it back, but can't do it. Ali Watkins, no. Childress with the rebound. Bounce pass to Hendricks, and he can't find the handle of the ball. He's looking at the bucket, not the ball. Turns the ball over.
Good lead pass by Christian Brown. I got to tell you, obviously, as Christian Brown goes, so goes this Hawthorne team. Clearly their best player.
Ali Watkins passes it to Ostler. Off the mark, goes out of bounds. And they're going to give it to Hawthorne. And Justin Ostler says, I think a Cougar touched it. But
right. Well, the Cougars turn it right back over to them, even though they were given a gift.
3-pointer in and out. And now Ostler has the rebound, gets it to Cheney. Now back over to Ali Watkins. Wanted to try a shot, but didn't take it. Now Hessing with it. Over to Cheney. Cheney, nice pass underneath, and a good defensive play by Brown on that one. Hendricks waits for his team to get back inside. A good smart play by the new Cougar. Long shot by the left-handed Josh Childress, and he makes it 2-0. First score of the game. Almost 3 minutes into it. More than almost 3 minutes in, about 2:20 in. Ali Watkins rolls it in.
And I was just thinking, Louis, you know, he hadn't even got started yet. And boy, once he gets started, then there's a chance for El Segundo. That's when their offense gets started.
Brown puts the shot up and gets a sweet roll. He has 2 points. So it looks like El Segundo is running a 1-3-1 or a diamond in one against these Cougars who steal the ball. Christian Brown, double dribbled. Yep. Stole the ball, but then turns the ball over. So again, missed opportunities seem to be haunting the Cougars. Last time we were here, they missed so many shots, Rufus, that They could have had it. Could have made a bigger difference anyway. Hessing with it. Now over to Osler. Ali Watkins on the weave, goes down the middle, takes a nice wide open shot.
Boy, and obviously they're going to need to take that away. You can't let Ali Watkins get within 6 feet of the rim and just take a little teardrop jumper.
Moore gets it back to Brown as the zone defense widens out. Here comes Childress, but it's blocked away by Alou and turned over. 3 turnovers aside. Ali Watkins brings it across with 4:13 left to go in the first quarter, but a reach in, and that's going to be on Derek Banks. First personal, first team foul. And it'll be right out of bounds to our left.
And we were able to confirm, just as you had so correctly guessed, that number 15 is Justin Moore.
Okay. So Ali Watkins barking out the play is given to him by Coach Jason Ito. Hessing. Ali Watkins raises for 3. Looks a little long. It is. Rebound nicely done by Childress. Boxing out Alou. Brown gives it to Hendricks. Would love to see him getting going tonight. Heck, would love to see all of them get going tonight. Give and go to
Tell that shot was going to be off the moment it left his hand, though.
Yeah. So now Cheney with it. Alou with the long shot to 3.
And that gives El Segundo their first lead of the game.
And another steal, another turnover by Hawthorne on the full court pressure. Ali Watkins over to Cheney, raises for 3. Nope. Rebound though to Alou, and he gets it to roll in. Saleh Alou now with 5 points, Rufus, and it's a 5-point lead for El Segundo's Eagles. Nice pass down on the baseline.
Wow.
And now the shot's taken by Childress. No, the rebound is taken by, now we have a number 11 out there.
That should be Jazari Hoggett.
That's right. Brown back out to Hendricks. One bounce dribble just off the mark. He's just missing Rufus now. Hoggett. Turnaround jumper by Brown off the glass. No, rebound is tipped by Osler right to his buddy Ali Watkins. Long pass down to Alou, stolen out of the air by Brown. Baseball pass down over to Moore, to Hoggett. Hoggett's turnaround, no, rebound by Osler.
A lot of end-to-end basketball, but not many points being scored, least-wise not for the Hawthorne Cougars.
Ali Watkins double team for a moment. Gets it back. Being guarded by Hoggett. Hessing. Back outside to Cheney. Skips a pass on tipped by Hoggett, but a 3-pointer is missed on that far side by
Ali Watkins.
And Brown kicks it over to Moore, but it goes out of bounds.
And I think that Moore's got, not Moore, but Christian Brown, so far as being the facilitator. Ali, Kobe Bryant, getting everybody else involved. But I think at some point, if this team is to really stay close, and right now, with 1:24 left, trailing 9-4, they've got to keep this thing in striking distance, which means to me that Christian Brown has to be a little more selfish.
In the game now, Jamal Howard, we all know him. He just goes right in and lays it up and in. So a fresh 3 coming in for El Segundo. Actually, is that a fresh 5? Alou is still out there. But we've seen Howard. Number 2 is Sebastian Hebert. Brown underneath, nice pass. And that was to Hoggett. He's one that impressed me the other night, Rufus. 11-6, that breaks a 9-0 run. Rebound too hard off the glass by Ali Watkins, but the ball is stolen by freshman Mike Lynch in the ball game. Now Brown has it. Hoggets has his pass tipped by Ali Watkins.
No.
And it should be 25 seconds left on the shot clock. And they're going to
neither official had a good look at it, and so they did what we're just supposed to do. They went to the alternating possession arrow and awarded it to Hawthorne on the possession arrow. Although clearly an El Segundo player knocked it out, but you don't always see all of that.
Yep, they can't use our replay. And nice shot, nice running jumper by Cameron Hendricks, his first bucket for the Cougars. Long three-pointer by Ali Watkins, in and out as the quarter comes to an end.
So a good quarter for the Hawthorne Cougars. Boy, they started out early with having a lead at 4-2 before El Segundo tied it up at 4. Then, as you said, El Segundo went on a nice little run of their own to take for a moment a pretty commanding lead at 11-4, and then Hawthorne fought back with a couple of buckets to make it an 11-8 ball game, which, as I said, is important to them because it keeps them close.
Right. So leading the scoring is Saleha Alou with 5 points, Chase Ali Watkins with 4, Jamal Howard with a pair, and 2 each for Christian Brown, Jaziri Hoggets, Josh Childress, and Cameron Hendricks. Yeah, Jaziri was really impressive in his Hawthorne debut against Lawndale. He had 15 points. And lots of good ball movement as well. Christian Brown had 20 in that game. Lynch with it, goes baseline. Now Alou has it to Howard. Wide open underneath is Hebert, and that ball will go down as Brown got back quickly on defense, and the rebound goes out of bounds to Hawthorne.
And boy, a slight breakdown on the Hawthorne defense, but they were able to recover from it. They're playing pretty good man defense. I don't know whether that's because Coach now has 8 guys. And again, good look inside. Looks like that foul may go against Alou.
After he blocked the shot, got too much of the man.
Yep.
First personal, first team foul. Going to the line to shoot 2 is Derek Banks. First foul shots of the game. 1 point for Derek and 1 point closer. Makes it a 1-possession game. Or a closer 1-possession game. And that one gets a sweet roll. So a 1-point game. Boy, the Cougars with their depleted roster, they need every opportunity that they can get to go in, and that includes free throws. Ali Watkins with it, being guarded by Banks. Finally gets around him, lays it up, has to go around another defender. Good defense underneath. Christian Brown with a rebound.
Well, that's a nice matchup, Brown and Ali Watkins.
Pass tip by Ali Watkins. Watkins going in for the layup, and is fouled by Jaziri Hoggets.
Hoggets made a good clean play on the ball, though I know Ali Watkins went to the floor, but it was simply as more a result of the plays we're going to watch here on the replay. Nothing malicious about that at all.
He's going for the ball, but a good defensive play again by Chase Ali Watkins. The 5'9" senior, so it was a good foul.
Yep.
And Jason Ito in his second year with the Eagles. Primarily a baseball and football school. Misses them both.
So
and Hoggets gets rewarded with a rebound. Hoggets has his foot right on the line. Gets it back from Derek Banks. Josh Childress along 2, won't go down. Rebound is being fought for out of bounds. It should be Cougar ball, because it was knocked out of Hoggett's hands by Ali Watkins. So Donald Brown says, it's out over here, fellas. Hoggett's with it. Banks, top of the key, now Childress with it. Gets it back to Banks.
He spread the floor just a little bit. As you can see, the defense has collapsed completely inside. He was hit on the arm, no foul called there. To come back the other way.
Hebert has it, gets it over to Howard, now to Ali Watkins. Howard with it again.
Great job by Christian Brown. That's what I was about to say on that last possession, to cut Ali Watkins off, and he mishandles the ball on a dribble violation.
The good defense by Hendricks also on Ali Watkins right there, who, well, they double dribbled, so they're getting inside of him there. A lot of quickness out there now.
Lawndale with a chance to take a lead here, which would be their first lead in a while.
Wide open jumper from the baseline, won't go down, and probably a foul over the top.
Looks like that one's going to be against 22, Josh Childress.
First personal, third team foul. And Hoggets comes out of the ball game. Moore back in for Hawthorne. Hebert gets it over to Ali Watkins, who's been in the entire game, along with Alou. Coming down to 5:30 left to go in the first half. Entertaining ball game tonight.
And when you look at the condition that Ali Watkins is in, he can obviously play the whole game if need be.
Lynch gets the pass underneath. Good defense by Childress. Gets kicked out. And Ali Watkins against Brown.
Man, that is a great matchup. You got to watch that one, fans, during the course of the game.
Ooh, boy.
That matchup between Ali Watkins and Christian Brown.
Derek Banks gets his second foul, but good close defense on Jamal Howard.
That's the hands-on. The official's going to call that. That is a 2-year-old point of emphasis of not having your hand on the ball handler. Freedom of movement is the concept they're trying to create by restricting the defender from having his hand on the ball handler.
Hebert with it, dumps it down low to Alou. Couldn't get up for a good shot. Rebound is being fought for underneath. Alou has it, gets it back out to Howard for 3. In and out. Lynch with the rebound, pulls his way up, too hard off the glass. And now coming down with the rebound is Moore. Gets it to Brown. El Segundo's back in their 2-3 zone in a hurry. Hendricks with it. Just missed. Rebound goes a long way. It's chased down by Lynch.
Got to get a better look at it than they got that time. A jumper from distance with nobody in rebound position.
Lynch gets it out to Hebert for a long 3. Off the mark. It was just a bit short. Christian Brown gets it over to Hendricks. Hendricks gets by one man. Too hard off the glass, and Ali Watkins gets it.
So Lawndale getting looks, only getting one shot a trip, though, right now, last couple of possessions.
Hebert with it, and he goes right in and lays it off the glass. And a timeout on the floor with 3:57 left to go. It's a 30-second timeout. I believe that was called by Jason Ito and El Segundo.
And if your coach, Gray, considering the few players he has, he goes, thank you very much. That's the equivalent of giving him 6 timeouts. So he'll appreciate that. A 13-10 game, and for the longest, it was 11-10. We're now at 3:57. I marked it at 7:20 when it was 11-10.
Wow.
So that's the first basket in over 3 minutes.
Well, Hawthorne's been playing some good defense, but they're not converting on their end.
Well, I think they've got to have Christian Brown attack just a little bit more, only because he's that type of slashing player that can get to the basket. More than anything else, I think they've settled for a couple of outside jumpers, whereas going inside would have served them better.
Okay. Well, I think Kristen's just happy to have some guys to play with that can, not that the guys that played before this game tonight, but he's got some guys that are like his size and energy and everything else. And there's Josh Childress and one. Can tie the ball game up.
Looks like it was on number 22.
That's Mike Lynch. There you see the and one, Josh Childress. Just short on the free throw. But it's a one-point game again with 3:40 left to go in the first half. Ollie Watkins. Now Hessing over to Osler back in the game, that pair, and off the glass and in. Osler's first bucket of the game makes it a 3-point game. Brown brings it across. Childress gets it over to Banks. Banks for three, way long.
Toe on the line, yeah, so all that amounts to is that it was a long two. Get the ball out.
Oh, that was a silly pass by Moore, and it's turned over. Ollie Watkins to Osler missed the shot. Moore gets it back. Banks.
Sometimes you need to slow it down, and that's what's happening. Right now, you just got to slow down.
Cheney with it. Gets it to Ollie Watkins. Good defense by Christian Brown, but still Ollie Watkins makes the lay-in. He has a half a dozen points. Hawthorne trying to do a little bit too much. Ball is tipped and stolen. Turnover number 7. Hessing stops with the left hand. No, gets his own rebound. Tipped up by Childress. He gets it. As Ollie Watkins trying to steal it away, and he may be called for a foul.
And he is, but again, the Hawthorne player, one of the things that don't like in terms of Josh Childress' reaction, hey, you know, contact's a part of the ball game. You don't want to give the referee, by your demonstrative action, a reason to pay closer attention to you, because that's exactly what they'll do when they see you do something like that. So right now, again, just needing to slow the ball down.
Alou back in the game for the Eagles. Moore gets it down low to Brown. Brown is fouled before the shot. That's Alou. Should be his second. Third team foul, and there you see it's going to be out of bounds under the basket. The basket didn't count. Ball lobbed into Childress, takes a shot from the elbow, a little long, rebound bounces off the rim and out of bounds. It should be, oh, I thought it went off of Osler. But it goes to the Eagles with 2:05 left to go in the first half.
So again, Hawthorne, facing, they've been down by 5 before.
Alou dribbles it off his foot, gets it back. Ollie Watkins goes back to get it. Gets around Hendricks. Now Moore with it, tosses it down to Alou, who picks it up. 10 seconds left on their shot clock. Ollie Watkins going against Moore. Moore being on him like Velcro. And are they going to call that foul on Ollie Watkins?
Yep.
So that's his second. Good defense again, this time by Justin Moore. 4th team foul. Where's that 5? They're calling it 5, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Well, Hendricks with it. Gets it to Brown. Brown underneath to Childress. Childress is cut off at the pass. Now Brown with it. And one off the glass. Beautiful play by Christian Brown.
And that should be the 3rd foul on Salia Alou.
watch the replay, Rufus.
And you can see the feet moving. That one was a great call by the official.
And one for Christian Brown. He has 5 points.
And that was a big three-point play because that makes it a one basketball game, but now we're gonna have a foul called against Hoggets. That's gonna be his second. Still not shooting yet, and if you're Hawthorne, you want to get out of the rest of this quarter with 1:05 left by not picking up any unnecessary fouls and giving them a chance at free throws.
Hessing with it, puts the shot up, won't go down. Rebound being volleyball, gotten by Alou, and one. Wow, how did he get it? He was lucky there.
Scored a basket. Fouls on, looks like
probably Justin
he showed
Moore.
15, yeah.
So we'll give Justin his first personal, 16 fouls. So now Hawthorne's out of fouls with just 9 seconds ticked off the clock after you said that they can't give up any more fouls. Well, doesn't have to be pretty for Celaya because it counts. Now they have 20-5. Should be 20-5.
Wow.
Or 20-15.
Right.
Two, 3, that's his 4th foul, Rufus.
Yep.
If we're right. 7th foul. And immediately Mike Lynch jumps off the bench.
Well, if we're not right, we're close. Okay.
Christian Brown coming in up to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Actually, I think it was in the act of shooting, so he'll be shooting 2.
And Justin Moore not taking any chances. So here comes Lynch, the super freshman, in for Alou with possibly 4 fouls.
And that could be a game changer if he does have 4.
Brown makes the second with 6 points. So a 1-possession game with 40 seconds left in the second half. Hessing with it, gets it over to Lynch. He loves driving that baseline.
And now much less of an interior presence for El Segundo than before, which should give Hawthorne an opportunity to control the boards.
As they out-rebound Osler, and there's Ali Watkins again, getting his hand in and knocking it out of bounds. With they got no
the
time.
shot clock's off. 20 19
right.
on the game clock.
Hendricks gets it inbounded from Brown to Childress. Stops and pops from the free throw line. Missed it badly. Rebound is off. And back comes El Segundo with 8 seconds left. Hessing with it. Hessing down low to Lynch. Beautiful play, but blocked on the way up.
Take your time. Take your time. Okay. Well, even still, that's better than a turnover.
That's it.
I mean, it's like, well, hey, we didn't get a play run, but you had the ball in your defensive backcourt, and if you didn't protect it, you risk giving up another basket. But instead, you're going to go to the locker room at the half, only down 20-17, and with either 3 or 4 fouls on Celia Alou. And if it's 4, he's probably not playing in the third quarter, which gives them an excellent opportunity to attack the rim.
And we'll find out officially, that's for sure. And we're going to have a hit, I do believe. Okay. So leading the way for Hawthorne, 6 points for Christian Brown, 2 for Derek Banks, 2 for Jay Hoggets, and 4 points for Josh Childress, and 2 points for Cameron Hendricks. And for El Segundo, 2 points for Hebert, 2 for Osler, 2 for Howard, 8 points for Celia Alou, and let's see, I believe, well, I think I got 4 for Chase Ali Watkins. At any rate, We're going to take this timeout, and we will be back with the third quarter and some unofficial stats right after this.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Back here at Kai Courtney Gymnasium, in fact, Saleha Alou has 3 personal fouls, Elijah Cheney with 1 personal foul. And let's go to Tamara.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Ito. Coach Ito, how would you assess that first half?
It wasn't very good. Defensively, we just didn't get enough hands on the ball, enough steals. A little slow on our transition stuff, so we got to pick up the speed.
I saw you over there huddling with your team for about 5 minutes. What are some things you told your team?
We just need to make our defensive adjustments. Our rotations haven't been great the first half, so we talked about that. And so hopefully our defense will step up and we'll get some turnovers.
And I know before the game you did say this will be, despite Hawthorne's record, this will be a tough physical game. What's your thought so far?
It's been tough. They've been doing what we expected, coming out and pressuring Chase. They saw from the first game that he did a good job against them, so they're really going to try to pressure him. We just got to kind of alleviate that pressure and then get some easy buckets.
All right, Coach, thank you and good luck in that second half. Back to you guys.
All right, Tamara, thank you very much. And I think it's been a very entertaining game, and especially Hawthorne's new kids. And really like Cameron Hendricks, Jaziri Hoggets, Josh Childress, Justin Moore. Eddie Mateo hasn't seen any time yet, but they have been contributing big. And let's hope that they can get some more on the scoreboard.
Well, let's see if Hawthorne exercises the discipline and to recognize that you've got Alou in foul trouble, okay, with 3, and I would go right at him. I'd spend 2 or 3 trips trying to pick up that 4th. If I didn't get it right away, then I'd back off and just let it come to me. But boy, I'd sure go inside and attack him. Let's see if he even takes the floor, and he is to start the 3rd.
It'll be Brown, Hendricks, Moore, Childress, and Hoggett starting off. Derek Banks not starting the second half. Childress to Hendricks to see if he loves this end of the court. Big 3 for Hendricks. He has 5 points now and ties the ball game up at 20 right out of the gate. So it's Cheney, Hessing with the ball, gets it over to Alou, to Osler. Also Chase, Ali Watkins. So the same starting 5 that started the game for Jason Ito. He's going with the kids that got him to the dance so far. In 3rd place, tied for 3rd place with Lawndale. Lawndale's playing Beverly Hills at Beverly Hills. And the ball is stolen with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Brown hurries it up. Here comes Hendricks again. Just missed it. Rebound is off to Cheney. Maybe a little too quick on that shot.
Maybe a little too quick. And also, again, one of those situations where an inside look would have been better. We got a foul called on the backside against Lawndale. Hawthorne, excuse me.
What was that on?
Looks like he's saying 0, boy.
Yeah, and Cameron Hendricks not looking too happy. So Alou with now 9 points. Misses the second. Brown rips it out of the air in front of Childress. So a 1-point game. Hendricks, Childress trying to get inside and is fouled by Alou. That's number 4. Second team foul. So good drive by Josh Childress.
Yeah,
it
that's
wasn't
all hand, boy.
Just missed. hit everywhere on that rim but the inside of it. So now Alou takes a seat, and in is super freshman Mike Lynch, excuse me. No points, but boy, he's a bull in a china closet. That one was short. Brown with the rebound, goes up. He misses. Childress with the rebound. And one! Six points for Josh.
Looks like it.
Lynch.
Is that Lynch they called him? It was 22.
So Hawthorne has their biggest lead of the night at 23, and now some wholesale changes for El Segundo. Ito says, you guys ain't getting it done. So here, speaking of bulls in the china closet, here comes Mark Cooper. Also in is Jamal Howard, Hebert, Sebastian Hebert, Lynch, and Ali Watkins.
Okay.
A lot of Eagles in that nest for Ito. Ali Watkins looking for an open man. Lynch, too long. Hebert with the rebound, giving him a second chance for Howard. That bounces in for three.
And again, that was because of the rebound that Justin Brown did not get. That should have been there. Now we've got a turnover. Brown trying to get it back, and he does. And boy, it's going to be whistled on the play.
And that would be on number 15, Justin Moore.
And I said Justin Brown, and thank you for correcting me. Justin Moore. Boy, I thought it was
didn't look like it to me.
A pretty good steal there.
Moore with his first team foul of the third quarter. 2 minutes gone here in the third. Ali Watkins. Now to Hebert. A good tandem on the guard position. Cooper. And that won't go down. The rebound is off to Moore. Brown bringing it down. This is the closest Hawthorne has been as Ali Watkins gets it. After Childress tried to dribble it. Good defense, but Ali Watkins is better. 8 for Chase. Full court pressure, and it's knocked by Hebert and or Howard. It's Hawthorne ball. Now Christian Brown telling his guys to help him out. Christian Brown is the captain of this team, and he is really coaching them on the floor. The floor general for the Cougars gets it inside to Childress. Childress against Cooper. Coming down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. The shot by Hawthorne won't go down. Gets his own rebound. That didn't go in. But the ball goes up and in now by Justin Moore. Moore with his first bucket of the game. Makes it a 1-point game with 4:50 left in the third. Hawthorne on the defense. Cooper from the elbow. That's his office.
And when you got guys like that scoring against you, which isn't what you want to see happen.
That's a lollipop pass that was stolen very easily. Here comes Cooper, lets his man go, and puts it up and in. A 5-point lead for El Segundo. Good pressing defense. Childress has a man open right behind him. Underneath, man was left open, blows the layup. Hawthorne did. He won't do that too often. Double team. Now that leaves a man open. It's Childress from the elbow, off the mark.
Just bad shots.
Anxious.
Good shots by the Cougars, just not going down. Boy, their shooting percentage has to be pretty low at this point.
Cooper has it, bounce pass underneath to Lynch, stolen away. Long pass to Hendricks.
Nothing kills me more, as you sit here and watch, and I look at my coaching days, Lou, is that first thing you tell guys is play within yourself, slow the game down, don't commit turnovers. I'd rather play a slower paced game all right, and never make a turnover, then try to rip and run, turn the ball over. Right now, unofficially, we got about 9 turnovers against these guys, maybe more. And those are lost possessions.
Derek Banks in for Josh Childress with 3:34 left to go in the third quarter. A 5-point lead for El Segundo. 3-point shot taken by Ali Watkins, too long. Rebound is tipped and taken by Cooper. Turnaround jump shot, won't go down. Rebound is ripped away from 2 Cougars. Takes the shot, no shot.
No shot, he was held on the play. Good call by the official. What looks like from this vantage point, he gave a foul to number 4, Derek Banks, and if so, that's his 3rd.
Yep, on the replay, just watched it. Ali Watkins, no. Rebound to Brown. Second team foul, 3rd personal on Justin. Coming down to 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Zone defense almost double dribbled or travel.
And here's what we've noticed. Even though they brought some size in terms of Mark Cooper, 2 things that they haven't done since Alou went out the game, as we see the shot from distance there, they haven't attacked the rim, okay, at all, and nor have they been running in order to see what kind of condition Mark Cooper's in.
Cooper being guarded by Banks, and that was easy. Cooper with a half a dozen since he came in. Timeout taken by Jello Gray, the head coach of Hawthorne Cougars, with 2:27 left to go in the third quarter, and they're just letting Cooper score with ease.
With absolute ease, and since Hawthorne had the lead at 23-21 with 6:40 left in the third, they've been outscored by a margin of 11-2 over the last 4 minutes.
Let's go to Tamara.
Before the game, Coach Ito talked about his bench coming in and giving this team some life. And Mark Young has come in and scored 8 straight points in the third quarter. If Mark Young keep performing at a high level, El Segundo will get the win tonight.
Okay, Brown will bring it back in with 2:27 left to go in the third quarter after the timeout. Full court pressure again by El Segundo. Couple of seconds left, better get it across, they do. Now over to Hendricks for 3, made 1, and has missed the last 2 from that spot. Ball is taken away from Hebert, Moore with it, taken away by Brown, 3-on-1, he'll do it himself.
And that's what he had to do. Brown did exactly what you would expect, and that was he attacked the rim, draws him back within 5. That was a big basket.
Good defense again. Ali Watkins trying to get around and does get around, and he'll get 2 at the line. Hendricks is frustrated, but Ali Watkins is a quick as a cat player out there. Foul is on Jaziri Hoggets. His 3rd personal, 3rd team foul. Makes the first one with 9 points. Make that 10. Check that. 10 points. So the ball is inbounded. Brown has it. Brown brings it up court. Bounces it. Now inside, and Cooper's there to steal the pass away. 10 personal or 10 turnovers, and Howard will get 2 in the line after being fouled by Hoggets, and that should be 4.
Actually, that's going to be on Christian Brown.
His first personal, 4th team foul. So Jamal Howard with 5 points, including a 3-pointer. Planks it off the front of the iron. Jamal, a 5'10" senior. Jello Gray makes the second. 6 points for Jamal Howard.
And right now, the game's starting to slip a little bit if you're a Hawthorne Cougar fan. Wow, and there's yet another turnover. Let's see if they can get it back.
Cooper was the one who stole it. Now underneath, and a nice reverse layup along the baseline by Christian Brown, who has 11 points.
And that's what I think it's going to take for them to win. And another big basket by Christian Brown that keeps them within striking distance. Traveling call there against El Segundo will give Hawthorne the ball back, trailing by 6 with a chance to cut into this deficit.
10 turnovers for El Segundo. The Cougars need to make them pay. 1 minute left to go in the third. Along the baseline goes Brown, puts it up, a little bit short, rebound is off. Cooper's there to corral it. Good defense and a foul on Hendricks. Second personal on Cameron, 5th team foul.
And Hendricks can only be frustrated with himself. I mean, that call was easy for the official to make. I mean, they were butchering Chase Ollie Watkins all the way up the floor.
Cooper comes off and gets high fives from everybody. Why not? He played terrific. Back in the ball game is Hessing and Osler, along with Lynch. Alou stays on the bench. Watkins had a wide open, Ali Watkins, I should say, way to the basket. Nice roll off the glass by Cameron Hendricks. He has 7 points now. Howard gets it to Watkins. Ball is fumbled around, taken by Hessing.
He's not a ball handler, pressure him.
Gets it back to Hessing. To Howard. And if that's on Hoggets, that might be number 4. Yep. That's his 4th.
Well, they call a foul on Childress, actually.
So Howard makes the first for 7, and there's Chaney back in the game. Misses the second. Brown from the elbow. Oh, can't get it to roll in. Fighting for it is Moore out of bounds as the quarter comes to an end. Well, the Cougars are staying close.
Staying very close. Again, this is where you wanted to be. 8 minutes left in the contest. 4th quarter starting in a moment. You're only down by 5 against a very good El Segundo team. You're 7-16, 0-7 in league play. And nonetheless, against a team that's tied for 3rd, you're right in it. So let's go over to Sebastian.
Hey, thanks a lot, Lou. So the energy tonight for the Hawthorne Cougars is coming from guys who were not in this program to start with. You got Josh Childress and you got Cameron Hendricks out there, 2 guys that were a part of the Lawndale program. So they know what it's like to win, as we talked about earlier in the game. And usually the guy that we're used to seeing scoring all the points, Christian Brown, is having sort of a tough night from the field, but he's got it going in this second half. We'll see if they can string together for a win. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Sebastian. And a terrific game.
Right here.
36-31 is our score going into the 4th quarter. And coming to inbound the ball is Christian Brown, the captain, field general of this team. And El Segundo is going to inbound it. Hessing, along with Howard, Chaney. Alou is back in the game. And the give and go. Look out, the ball is corralled underneath, and it might be a foul on Osler. And getting up slowly is Christian Brown as he hit the ground hard, Rufus.
A little gingerly. Let's watch the replay. Boy, I mean, it's like trying to split 2 defenders. Actually, I think it was knees bumping.
Knee to knee. He's not going to come out. He's played the whole look out. No one was looking, turned the ball over, and a frustration foul on Justin Moore. That's his 4th. And it's 1-and-1 time. Justin wasn't looking for the pass. And Hessing will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Banks in, and out of the game is Hoggets. He has 4 fouls as well. Flanked off the iron, rebound though to Howard, and he rolls it in for a deuce. Jamal with 9 points, most of them here in the second half. Ball taken by Brown, having a tough time getting it in. Underneath to Banks from Hendricks. Good pass. 4 points for Derek.
That was a big basket. Every basket's so big for this team. Okay. Good foul there as Alou was rolling to the basket. Let's see who they give it to, because you got a bunch of people in foul trouble. Looks like that one goes to number 4. That's Derek Banks. And by my count, that's his 4th.
By mine, it's his 3rd.
Okay, well, we'll go with your count then. But what we know for sure is that that's a free throw made for Salih Ali.
Good looking shot with 11 points. And gets to the 40 mark. A 7-point lead now for El Segundo. And look out, Hessing pushing on Derek Banks. And the officials have to confer again. The possession arrow faces the Cardinals. And it'll go to the Cardinals. So Christian Brown will inbound the ball. Hendricks has it. 7 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Brown has it way outside. Gets a screen from Childress and knocked down. Moving screen. That's Childress' 2nd personal. That's the 9th team foul, Rufus.
Yeah,
but is that a turnover as well?
Well, that's a turnover because it was an offensive foul.
So that's 13 for the Cougars. Nice ball steal. Oh, Cheney gets it back quick like a cat. Hessing for 3.
Wow. And you need a timeout again, Coach, because now you're down by 10.
Hessing's first bucket of the game is a huge dagger into the heart of the Cougars. Childress has it, being pushed down and tackled by Alou. And if that
goes on Alou,
that would be number 5.
Let's see what they call it on 23. That's it.
So with 11 points, Alou fouls out. But see, he's doing what you're supposed to do. See, Hessing wanted to get the foul.
Took a moment for the administrator to recognize the fact that that was the 5th foul on Salih. There's a substitute coming.
Yeah, that's Cooper, so it doesn't get any funner.
Doesn't get any funner, but again, here's what I think. I think you got to go right at the guy. When I see a guy that size, I question his speed and footwork, okay, and his ability to move. You know, the one advantage that Lawndale has, and here's yet another turnover.
As the ball is taken by Ali, Watkins puts it underneath the Cooper. He lays it in for 8 points. He's their player of the game tonight, Rufus. Came in and took over and now has 8 points. We'll play the rest of the game with Alou on the bench being fouled out. Brown with it. Back out to Hendricks with 5:40 left to go in the 4th quarter. Brown goes baseline. And Justin Moore lets it go out of bounds. It should be El Segundo ball. Well, maybe Hawthorne's starting to run out of gas a little bit. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 El Segundo Eagles have flown into the game. Howard with it, goes in, and should be a foul on Hendricks.
And it will be. It's not should be, it will be. And that's as much a frustration foul as anything. I mean, Hendricks was clearly beaten. You saw him come with the tomahawk chop across the arm of Jamal Howard to send him to the line to shoot two.
In the double bonus anyway, 10 points for Jamal. So out of the game comes Cameron Hendricks in his first game in a Hawthorne uniform. Second one is short, rebound ripped out of the air by Brown. Childress back in for Hawthorne. But you gotta like what you see from this edition of the Cougars, and we've seen many of them. A blocking foul, that's on Cooper. There you go, Rufus.
Well, I liked what I saw for 3 quarters. I'll be honest with you. I haven't liked at all what I've seen here in the 4th quarter. They started the quarter within striking distance at 31-36, which is 5-point thing. And they've been outscored by 8 here in the quarter. Now to their advantage, they've gotten, wow, and there's a turnover.
That's still a loose ball and now a jump ball, and it'll be Cardinal ball.
Yeah, actually it's going to be El Segundo ball because they had player control of the ball. They called a timeout, so they'll get the timeout and the possession.
So another turnover for Hawthorne. That's number 15, 10 for El Segundo. So 5 minutes left to go in this one. But not bad, considering that this is the first time that this patchwork lineup has played a game with Cameron Hendricks, Justin Moore, Josh Childress, and Jaziri Hoggins. We saw them against Lawndale.
Well, and again, unfortunately, the season for Hawthorne only has 3 or 4 games left. And so it becomes a matter of being too little, too late, quite frankly.
Yep, it was a thin ship to begin with as far as the crew for David Jello Gray. Ali Watkins puts up the shot. He has a dozen now.
They've got Culver City left on the schedule next week, along with closing it out at Lawndale, which is a game that we'll have here on CityTV Sports.
Shot put up and just off the mark by Deshaun Oliver in the game for the first time. And this rebound goes up and off, and Childress with the rebound too hard. Christian Brown is there to say, hey, this is how it's done. So for Christian, he has 13 points. And that breaks a 10-0 run. Ball's turned over, 11 turnovers. There you see Justin Osler. And timeout on the floor. I believe that's taken by Jason Ito in the El Segundo Eagles because he jumped off the bench and fired some verbiage at his kids.
Well, that's what the official is making sure of. Let me be clear about who you're talking to here for a moment. Because if you're talking to me, guess what? You just earned yourself a technical, all right? But apparently in the judgment of the official, William Lucas, Coach Ito was talking to his players, as you noted, and so he issues any type of penalty or consequence for that. Instead, it'll be ball out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be Hawthorne's ball, right, coming in.
So there's 9 eligible players for Hawthorne. They have played 7. Eddie Mateo and Nehemiah Smith have yet to get onto the scorecard. At any rate, after the turnover, Hawthorne gets the ball. Coming down to 4 minutes left as Hoggins trying to get around Hesse, gets it back to Brown. Boy, this El Segundo defense has been terrific tonight.
Right.
Childress with it. Mark Brown there.
Okay, Childress is lost with the ball. Again, another turnover. But this one they take back. And
Brown with the bucket with 15 points. So an exchange of turnovers and a bucket for Hawthorne. Hessing with it now to Osler. Ali Watkins with 3:23 left to go in the fourth quarter. Ali Watkins, a fall away, no. Rebound is tipped. Wow. Taken back by Howard as Cooper was all over the back. But a three-pointer is buried by Ali Watkins with 15 points in the game.
And that's the kind of basket that'll just break your back. You got to answer.
And Childress
taking too long to make a decision with regard to what to do. You're in the paint. You're either going to pump fake and go up or pass it out and step out of the paint.
You see Jaziri Hoggets, they call him Jay. 2:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Jamal Howard gets it to Osler. Now to Ali Watkins. Now over to Ali Watkins again. Hessing with it, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hessing throws the ball out of bounds. Good defense by Josh Childress, but Hessing just lost the handle on it. Turns it over to Hawthorne with 2:27 left, 13 turnovers for El Segundo. Josh Childress shoots from the elbow, but the rebound is off to Lynch, being harassed by Oliver. Pass is intercepted by Hoggets. Jay going in, and is he fouled by Osler or Lynch?
Well, the question is, was he in the act of shooting when he was fouled? And the official says yes. That's Donald Brown.
They give the foul to Osler. So Jaziri Hoggets with 2 points. Misses that one. And Jello Gray trying to keep a stiff upper lip.
That's a lane violation. Christian Brown fell into the lane. And of course, that results in a violation. You've got to wait for the ball to leave the shooter's hand. Used to be you had to wait for it to hit the rim. 2 years ago, they made it on the release.
Ali Watkins, I don't think he's sat down this entire game.
Well, he's in shape to play 2 games if he had to.
And 3-second violation. So that turns the ball over. 15 turnovers for El Segundo.
I mean, we could get a shot at Chase Ali Watkins. I'd like to know from you, when was the last time you were in that kind of shape? There you see him right there at the midcourt line.
Childress passes it to Oliver, too hard, turns that over. Me? Man. And that time of shape, maybe about the same time, same type of chronology as Mr. Chase Ali Watkins, 17 or 18.
Right.
And that's it, brother. It's been all downhill from there.
51-37, and right now it's all downhill if you're El Segundo. Ali Watkins scores again, because all you've got to do is run 1:15 off the clock, and you're going to get out of here with a W. Once again, yet another turnover, an unnecessary risk.
And Hessing and Osler ran into each other, and Hessing got the worst of it. So they give the ball instead to El Segundo.
Well, the official, Lucas, comes in from across the court, indicates that he saw something that perhaps the covering official didn't see, and that changed the possession.
Howard.
Wow.
They call that jump ball.
Well, at first he said,
right.
He said no foul. Closed fist is the indication it's a foul.
Let's watch this.
Changed his mind. I don't know if we'll see him, but that's all jump ball there.
Yeah, Justin Moore just taking it right out of the hands of Jamal Howard. So under a minute left to go. Moore has it, skips the pass over to Hoggets. Brown misses this one. Childress with the left hand. Josh has 8 points.
14-point ball game at 53-39 with 40 seconds left.
Ali Watkins. Now Howard dribbles it off of his foot and out of bounds. With 34 seconds left. Howard still in the full court pressure with 30 seconds. Childress has the ball go through his hands, but Moore picked it up, puts it up again. No. Rebound is taken by Lynch, the freshman.
I've never seen a team have so much trouble on their own basket as the Cougars have had tonight.
Well, if that's fouls on Justin Moore, that's 5 by my count. Double bonus time for El Segundo and Ali Watkins. Maybe not. Well, they say it's 4. First one clanks off the iron for Chase Ali Watkins. Second one misses as well. 15 seconds left to go. Christian Brown trying to dribble around off the glass, too hard off the glass. Another shot off the glass by Moore. Ball is tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Hawthorne ball with 4 seconds left.
Yep.
Childress with a left-handed jump shot rolls it in with 10 points, and that's going to do it. So the final score is 53-40.
41.
41, pardon me. In favor of the El Segundo Eagles. The Eagles improve to 13-11, tie up their Ocean League record at 4-4, depending on what happens in Beverly Hills with Lawndale. They'll either be tied with Lawndale or they'll have third place outright.
Well,
they won 3 in a row,
what
and
do
they're
you
now 5-3 at home. What do I think? No.
Don't be a homer now. I mean, just analytically.
Just by the numbers, just by looking at the numbers, it should be El Segundo taking third place outright. But that's why they play the game.
That's why they play the game.
And I'm not going to be like you, Mr. Analytic.
Okay. Well, my analytics, which is the new thing in sports now, just to catch up. Yeah. I love the Lawndale Cardinals, but my analytics tell me that Beverly Hills may have gotten the better of them tonight.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll find out before the game is over. And it looks like Tamara has a guest courtside. Let's go to Tamara.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Ito. Coach Ito, the first half you had a slow start, but the second half your team came through and got the W. What changed in the second half?
Our intensity was better. Our defense, like we said, if we get tips, we get steals, we get up in the open court, we can get some easy buckets, and that was the difference tonight.
I know before the game you talked about your bench coming in and bringing some energy on the floor tonight. Mark Young, how about Mark Young? He came in off the bench, changed him up. Mark Cooper, sorry about that. Mark Cooper came in, changed the energy on the bench. What's your thoughts about his energy on the floor out there tonight?
He's always enthusiastic. He's a lot of energy and a ball of energy, but they're playing physical, and so we put in our big guy and big football guy, and he came in and muscled him around a little bit, got some rebounds, got some easy points, and so good job to him.
I know, Coach, you talked about also your team coming in, winning out so you guys can make the playoffs. Actually, a lot of people might not know but this is their first time that they're over 500 and they have a chance to make it to the playoffs. What do you have to say about this team? Just your second year and you're out here turning the program around.
You know, it's a testament to the kids and their hard work. They've been doing a fantastic job all year long, all last year as well. They bought into what we're trying to do, what we're trying to preach, and so, you know, all the credit goes to them. They're a really hard-working group. I love them. You know, they give everything on the floor, and so that's good. Yeah, Lawndale will be a tough one on Tuesday, and if we get that, we'll get third place, and we'll be guaranteed a spot in playoffs, so we won't have to rely on the voters or anything like that. So it'll be exciting. So hopefully we can do that and make a couple rounds in the playoffs and finish out strong.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time, and good luck down the road. Thank you. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Tamara, and good job by Tamara. And don't know, I doubt if we're going to get Jello Gray since he is camera shy.
Those were very good questions by Karen. That was a top shelf interview by none other than Tammy Ladder. She's been working on her game a little bit too, just like us, just like the players. She's not just a pretty face.
Well, we're going to go back to Chamarwata as she has a special guest.
Okay, guys, I'm here with Mark Cooper. Mark, your team was down in the third quarter. You came in and brought all that energy off the bench. I think you scored 8 points in that third quarter. How was you able to come out and bring that energy and get your team up?
Oh, well, you know, I don't play that much, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to this bench squad, you know. It's just when you come off the bench, you know, you really got to bring that energy, you know, to show that you really can play, you know, to show everybody, you know, you're not just a bench player and you can actually contribute to the team, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, it's really fun. I turned up tonight. That's all I like to do. I like to have fun, you know. So I like to turn up the crowd and everything, you know. So it's really fun for me.
Did you bring? I know you're a football player too. Were you out here bringing your football skills out on the field? Out on the court?
Well, you know, I'm a bigger dude. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I have to use my muscle against all these, you know, little scrawny guys and stuff like that. So, you know, it helps, you know, a little bit to just move somebody out the way, you know. So that's good.
I know a lot of the viewers, they didn't get to see you over here. You were on the bench. I guess you are the turn-up guy. You were over here dancing. So what's all that about?
Well, you know, like I said, I don't play that much. So when I don't play, you know, I feel like a coach because I want to play so bad. I'm turning up on the bench, you know. Like I said, I like to turn up. I like to have fun. And if I can't have fun in the game, when am I going to have fun playing basketball, you know? So that's great.
Okay, and I know this team, this is the first time they're over 500. You guys have a chance to make it to the playoffs. What's your thoughts on making it to the playoffs and not relying on the voters?
Well, I'm just really hoping that we can go out in the playoffs and make a really good run and, you know, go far because, you know what I'm saying, that's all I really want for the team, you know what I'm saying, and everything else. I just want us to make a stand and somebody to notice us, you know what I'm saying, and that's pretty much it.
All right, Mark, thank you for your time, and good luck to El Segundo.
Thank you so much. Bench squad!
Back to you guys.
Mark Cooper bringing a lot of energy to this broadcast as well. And Tamara Lotta finding some new friends from El Segundo. And Mark Cooper coming off the bench, 8 points all in the first half. And he had that bucket in the fourth quarter, but 6 points in the third quarter. And that really, they all meant something.
Oh, they meant a whole lot because Salia Alou, who is their regular center, went out with foul trouble and eventually fouled out. And here was the point, though. I don't think that Hawthorne took advantage of it the way that they could have. And, in fact, they shied away from attacking Mark Cooper. And they had no answer for him inside as he patrolled and controlled the offensive board. And as you said, had that big third quarter against them.
All right. Well, it's that time. You and I have to make the decision. Who's the player of the game? Who's the tip of the hat? And we'll do that right after this.
Hi, I'm Donnell Beverly from the University of Connecticut, home of the 2011 National Championship UConn Huskies basketball team, and you're losing your Olympians.
Beverly around the back, follow-away jumper. Good, beautiful shot.
It wasn't too long ago I was playing basketball right here.
I just want to thank him for having me here. I'm honored to play here.
And the Huskies are the top dog in 2011.
Winning the NCAA championship has always been a goal of mine, but so is getting a great education that will last me a lifetime. You can achieve your goals too. All you have to do is work hard and dream hard, and you can do anything you put your mind to.
53-41, our final score. El Segundo over Hawthorne. Let's go to Sebastian to center court.
Coach, you guys played a real competitive game against El Segundo tonight. What did you think of the performance?
We started off well. We competed a lot, but my guys tend to get rattled when we start turning the ball over. It gets a lot of finger pointing. So I'm still trying to groom these guys out of finger pointing and sticking together. If we stick together, I think we would have had a better showing.
And we talked about a couple of the guys that you added to this team now, and they played really good for you. Childress, he stepped up and played good, as well as Hendricks, too. Just talk about some of those guys you're able to add to this roster and get a little bit bigger in the inside.
Yeah, Josh is a great helper. He did tremendous on the boards for us tonight. And Hendricks, just get him a little more. He's more of a defensive guy for us. He played very physical, kind of gave the guard a little problem, but all of a sudden we switched off of him, and then the guy started going to work on us. So we just got to get acclimated together, man. We need the chemistry. We don't have the chemistry yet. That's on our second game playing together.
And I know you talked about the guys being upset a little bit. Just talk about what they've been going through so far this season. I know it's been tough for you guys. Are their attitudes still up, or are they still ready and willing to go to practice? Are they looking forward to playing games?
Well, like Christian, he's the only one that's been here from beginning to end. He's getting a little frustrated with the losses and stuff, and trying to get these guys to blend in. And I'm trying to teach him how to be a leader. He's not really leading yet, but I'm trying to get him to lead these guys and teach these guys, because all these guys are younger than him.
Well, Coach, good luck to you. Great effort tonight.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Sebastian. And, well, we can go over some scoring, why don't we? For the Hawthorne Cougars, Derek Banks had 4 points. Christian Brown had 15. Jazeri Hoggets had 2. 10 points for Josh Childress, 2 for Justin Moore, and 7 points in his debut for Cameron Hendricks. And for the El Segundo Eagles, 2 points for Sebastian Hebert, 2 points for Justin Osler, 3 for Josh Hessing. And what a big three-pointer that was. That was the dagger. And that was in the fourth quarter. 10 points for Jamal Howard, who played terrific tonight. 11 points for Saleha Alou, who fouled out with 6:21 left in the fourth quarter. 17 points for Chase Ali Watkins, who is pretty much unstoppable tonight. And Mark Cooper bowled his way to 8 points and into our hearts via Tamaralata.
Right. And his 8 points were strategically a big 8 points, because he came in when Lou went out and there was no drop-off. In fact, offensively, there was a pickup, okay? And so he really was a key player for them.
All right, now it's time for, the game's done. Okay, the game's done, but now it's everybody's favorite segment. Who's the player of the game? Who's the tip of the hat? Let's show the hat. You saw it at the beginning of the game on the warm-up show. Look at that. Now, what's the style of that? Is that an ascot?
Well, no. This is a duck bill, as call it. Some people might say Kango. I mean, that's one of the brand names, but the style of the hat is called a duck bill.
Okay, so the player of the game, even though he's the player of the game, doesn't get that hat. Neither does the tip of the hat guy. But the player of the game is number 10, and the captain of the Hawthorne Cougars, Christian Brown, who had 15 points and really is the heart and soul of this Cougar team this year.
Absolutely is, and as Coach Gray said, working with him to develop his leadership skills, which will go beyond basketball. I know Coach Gray talked about it in the context of basketball, but I'm sure he's trying to help him develop as a young man as well, because that's another part of your coaching responsibility. That leads us into
the tip of the hat.
The tip of the hat award winner, and tonight that winner is none other than, we had it right there, Josh Childress. Josh, one of those new guys that just came over, big contributor and a big presence and a helpful presence on the inside for the Cougars. And again, as Coach Gray said, it's a chemistry issue right now. I mean, it takes a while for a team to come together. Here's the sad part about it, though. If you're Hawthorne, you only got 2 games left. But one of those games, all right, is against Lawndale.
Right.
The season ender. So that in and of itself is going to bring a lot of excitement. It'll be over at Lawndale, but they have an opportunity to close out the season still on a positive note. And I'm sure for Childress, who's our Tip of the Hat Award winner, it would be a special occasion for him to be able to go back over to Lawndale and win.
That's right. Also, Cameron Hendricks as well. That's a beautiful hat there. And congratulations to Josh Childress and Christian Brown, our player of the game. That's going to do it from Kai Courtney Courts on the campus of Hawthorne High School. For Rufus Washington, Tamara Latta, Sebastian Spencer, and the 4-time Star Award-winning crew led tonight by Eric Chavez as Tom Strickfaden is on assignment. The final score, once again, 53-41, El Segundo over Hawthorne. Next week, we will be North High School at Lusinger. This will be our next telecast. And I also want to mention that the Cougars, they host Culver City, and El Segundo will host Lawndale. That'll be a huge game there on Friday night. All right, again, so long.